Morning and welcome to our thought for the day. I'd like to read you a verse today from Mark chapter 9 and this verse 19. And it says this: He answered him and saith, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I endure you? Bring him unto me. And the simple heading that I've given to our thought this morning is this: why bring your difficulties to men when you can bring them to God? Why do we take our problems and difficulties to men when we're able to take them straight to God? How long will it be before we realize that we must bring all our problems, all our difficulties, not to men, but we must bring them to the divine, perfect Son of God? For we read of a parent who was in such despair. He had tried the disciples and they had failed him. Why had they failed him? Because they were mere men. But now he turns to the divine deliverer. You see, his son was in the worst possible condition, and all other means had failed, but soon he would be delivered by the one who cannot fail. How did he deliver? How was he delivered? When in faith, friends, the parent obeyed the word of Jesus, when he said, Bring him to me. Bring him to me. You, our children, know that they're a blessing from God, such a wonderful blessing from God. Yet, how much anxiety they can cause, how much anxiety comes along with them. You see, there are times when they can be a great joy, but there are times when they can cause great heartache, great concern, great worry. Whatever the case, the cure for every situation is given to us, and the cure is Christ himself. Christ, the text says. Christ said, bring him to me. And we must always remember to take our children, our problems, whatever it may be, to Christ. Bring him to me. As parents, friends, we need to call upon God in prevailing prayer on behalf of our children. Even as babies, for we are told that we are born in sin and shapen in iniquity. And so we must call upon God from their very birth to mold them in the righteousness of God. As soon as sin is there, let our prayers be there as well to attack it. Our cries for our children should precede the very first cry of the baby. We prepare them to experience the presence of God in their lives. There may be those of our children who are now perhaps a bit older, some that have gone off the wrong way, gone off the tracks and are wallowing in sin. Keep on praying for them. And when your heart is breaking for them, the great physician will say, bring them to me. He still says the same thing, bring them to me. We must never cease to pray for them. For while Christ is alive, there is hope. And the good news is, friends, Christ is alive forever. There are times when the Lord allows his people to be driven into a corner so that we learn how much we need him and how much we need to depend upon him. But when we realize how powerless we are, we realize how powerful he is. What is it that is causing your anxiety this morning? Do as Christ said, bring it to him. We used to sing a little old chorus that simply said, take your burden to the Lord and leave it there. Take your burden to the Lord and leave it there. Remember, friends, at the wedding of Cana, when Mary says, as everything was going wrong, she says, go to Jesus, and whatever he says to you, do it. Oh, God, help us to take that advice this morning. Run to him this morning, for he delights to remove your sorrow, and he delights to replace it with joy. So hurry, for he is waiting to meet with you. Do as God's word says, casting all your cares upon him, for he careth for you. This he is the divine Son of God himself. Don't take your difficulties to men, friends. Bring them to God, for he is the answer to every need. God bless you, and I look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow morning.